Hi lovelies, so I am back with another reaction video and I'm going to be continuing just being we with Sean Lew, Stress and Anxiety, Casey's podcast. I have the rest of it to react to. I reacted to the first half yesterday and I was really taken back on the things we were talking about and what type of personal things Sean and Casey have both been through. Also, somebody told me that Casey has also done an episode on her speaking about what she's been through, so I might check that out actually. I'm really enjoying this one. Before we jump into this, make sure you jump over to my Instagram and follow me over there. Let me know a video you'd like to see me react to, or you can follow me and be nosy. I'm very happy and grateful for the messages that you send me and the positivity and stuff like that on my Instagram, so thank you so much. I'm so happy and grateful. But yeah, I'm gonna jump into it because we have quite a while left. So anyways guys, thank you for watching and I'm gonna jump straight into it.
Terrifying place sometimes, but yeah, it's just hard because I didn't allow other people to see that side of me, and that was just kind of building inside.
Can I
Yes, Sean.
Sorry, no, something that you said a few seconds ago was I think that's the point of this. And I actually want to stress this more than anything. I think this is super important to know, is that even if I were to tell you that 2 years ago, I bet you we would still be standing here in the same situation, you going through the same thing, because that's the danger of anxiety, is that there is no solution, there is no equation, there is no saying that can solve anything. When people give you advice, when you hear quotes, when you see these inspirational words, they help in the moment. But who's to say that it still wouldn't take another 2 years for you to get to where you are now?
And let me also just say, sorry for pausing already, but not everything, I know people do videos on anxiety, which I've done videos on anxiety before, and I've watched videos on anxiety, and I've read books on anxiety, I've done yoga that can help with anxiety, I've done Reiki that can help with anxiety, I've done so much stuff, okay? What will work for me might not work for you, so it is honestly about finding first off how to deal with it and not shove it under the rug, because that's when things get worse. So you really need to think and battle with it, deal with it head on. But everybody is different. I know people deal with anxiety different ways, and I'm like, how on earth do you do that? I could never. So it's just everyone is just very different.
But who's to say that it still wouldn't take another 2 years for you to get to where you're at now? There is no timeline of and the reason why I'm telling you the idea of why people stick around is because I'm saying that for myself as well. It's so cool to hear you say that you're finally at a point where you can authentically be confident in yourself and feel you know where you're at in life, or at least you know who you are in life right now.
I have no idea where I'm at in life, but I know,
but at least who you are.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't actually. And I say that because I'm saying that to hold myself accountable. And I think that you and I have experienced very similar paths, in a sense where obviously when we talk about our mental problems or health problems or physical, whatever it is, it's very easy to understand. It's very easy to roll off of each other, in the sense we're yeah, I get it. Because if anything, we were both with each other in the beginning of it. And the coolest part, though, okay, I wouldn't say the coolest, but the most admirable.
It's okay.
The most beautiful part about it all is that we could at least witness each other, seeing each other grow out of it. Because we know it's a lifelong battle.
Yeah.
Whatever we had gone through personally, I don't think will ever leave us, but it doesn't necessarily mean it'll take over our entire life.
Yeah.
It's just, even if it's at the end of our life, we've squashed it down and we have all this confidence, there's still a smidge left there, and it's never gonna go away. But as long as we're aware, as long as I feel like we're there for each other, we're there for other people, like it'll make life just that much easier.
Yeah. And I think about the part where you said it doesn't ever go away. I mean, even now, like sitting here and talking, I'm getting anxious. Like I'm starting to shake a little bit because it is terrifying, like being vulnerable in a different way. Like I think it's easy to do it with people that you trust and like and everything, but when it comes to like actually putting it out there for others to view, it's a scary thing. And yeah, it's terrifying, although it is relieving and everything to be able to talk about this. And also like a lot of things that we did talk about, like I'm happy we did, because again, every time I do one of these or I talk with people, talking really helps me figure out exactly how I'm feeling. And sometimes I'll say something, I'm like, wow, that's how I actually feel.
Yeah.
And when you hear yourself say it out loud, it's a different story than keeping it in.
It's that self-discovery.
Yeah.
It's literally what I was saying about the fact that you're never going to find the answer if you wait on someone else to tell you.
Yeah.
You will actually truly discover something about yourself and heal when you yourself have discovered it.
Yeah.
Because anything is easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
But for it to be actually done, we have to say it ourselves.
Yeah.
And we can't force it. And that's why hearing you talk about how you authentically feel like yourself this year, and you can confidently say that, and it's not forced, it's not fake, it's not for anyone, it's for yourself. And you're saying that like for the first time in a long time, you feel good in your own skin, and you're just you, and you love that. It's like that's like the dream, you know. And that doesn't necessarily mean like it's gonna that's how it is all the time.
Yeah.
But
definitely not linear, but
no,
at the moment.
But it does help for the people who are going through something like that.
Yeah.
Something similar as you, something similar as me, to hear you say something like that and be like, wow, it's possible to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Because like,
yeah, because you know, when I had like my anxiety was so bad, like excuse me, was the sun, hello, morning sun, okay. But yeah, when my anxiety was really bad, like what did I say, last year, like, but I had it really bad for like years, like just bad, and it just I didn't want to go out, I didn't want to, you know, or anything like that. And it's just, you get to a point where you're like, is this honestly just where I'm gonna be like for the rest of my life? Is this honestly how I'm gonna have to just deal? And you start to think like, oh my goodness, like this is what I'm gonna be like for the rest of my life. Like I just can't even deal with this, like it's too much. And you start to think that this is how you're gonna be, but you're not. And then when you're out of it, like you're just like relieved, like, or you might not even be fully out of it, but you're a little bit better, and just that feeling that little bit better makes a whole difference. Like I was saying yesterday when I was reacting to the first part, I still deal with it but I don't have this constant feeling every single day, like this worry every single day, this anxiousness every single day, and it's such a relief. So I understand.
Be like, wow, it's possible to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because like we've been there, we've been at our lowest, and it's like we felt like you can't get any higher, you can't get any, it doesn't get better, you know. It's like, damn, is this really how it's gonna, like, is this where it stops? You know. And then you're like, nope, it gets better, you know, like you can get there. So yeah, I think it's really cool for you to, I also don't think it's there's nothing wrong with waiting till the time is right to share your demons. Like, people can wait.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, our lives aren't in control of anyone. Our lives are for ourselves, and we get to decide when and how and where and who experiences a part of our life.
Yeah.
You know, that's our decision. But regardless, as long as the day that you choose to share your life to someone is for the good intent, then that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're doing it to inspire people, and you're using it to give people hope. And I think that that's all you can really do. And you shouldn't have to pressure yourself or push yourself to do anymore. You know, it's like you feeling good is doing good for other people.
I hope so.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying it. That's why I'm telling you, because even this is coming from me experiencing that. You. You know what I mean? Like last week, or like a week or two ago, we were just walking on the streets in Ohio, and you telling me about how this year feels so far really great. It's like for someone who was with you at the beginning of every year and only hearing, I hate this.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, it's like, or you're like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I'm actually doing awful.
And to come in and just to hear that, it's like, wow, that's really cool. So you are doing good. Like that's what I'm here to tell you.
Good, you're here to just tell me.
That's all I'm here to tell you. That's literally in the book. It's
it's just saying.
Ending is make sure Sean tells me I'm doing great. You know? So.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I really like how this is like ending and everything. But is there any other like final advice that you tell yourself or that you would give other people about anyone who does stress about the little things or go through anxiety and just anything that you would want to say?
I do, actually. I have three things, and I say three because these are some of my recent discoveries. One, obviously, this is an everyday thing. Where there's love, there's life. So you find love, and that's life. You know, that's the point of life. And two, it's to receive blessings, you have to give blessings. It's one of those things where it's like the whole point of life is to be kind.
Yeah.
You know, it's like why not be kind? Like it's kind of funny if you try to answer why not be kind.
Yeah.
Like I know, like do you know, like I just don't. I've always said this. I just don't get. I do understand why people are not kind sometimes. Like, I get it. I understand they're having a bad day and I don't know, when they're going, I don't know. Like, I understand, but when somebody is kind to you and you're just not kind, or you're just not kind at all, or when people leave comments and I'm like, okay, so what did you get out of that then? You know, like I just don't get the unkindness that people give out sometimes. I was watching these two twins. They are so cute. They're called Oakland and Truth. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but they're honestly the most cutest little twins ever. Like, I feel like I'm the auntie or something. Watching their mom and them, and she was getting them ready and stuff, like doing their hair and stuff. And like there was this woman and these women in the comments like just being so unkind, and it's like they are kids, they are children, like that's their mom. Like, I just don't understand what made you pick up your phone, turn on your phone, go on TikTok, and then go on this video, watch the whole video or watch some of the video and type, use your thumb muscles, okay? Use your thumb muscles to type something so mean and unkind and negative. Like, I've just never gone on a video or gone into someone's comments and done that. Like, I've never done it, never. But I do get what Sean's saying, like, be kind, like, just be kind.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why not be kind? Like, it's kind of funny. If you try to answer why not be kind, it sounds very unreasonable. It kind of sounds like stupid. You know, it sounds very, very childish. I don't know, maybe people want to be childish. And the last thing to me is like, if it makes you happy, then it doesn't have to make sense. You know?
I like that.
Yeah, like if it makes you happy, like you don't have to convince people that it makes sense. It just makes you happy, and you should just enjoy life. You know?
Yeah.
Like I think the things that I have to remind myself sometimes is like there are people going through so much worse than I am, and I am so lucky to be able to live the life that I have now. And if there's a way that I could help other people have a better life or see things in a better life, including myself, like what else would I be wanting to do, you know? And that goes back to being stressed and having those anxiety. Like sometimes it's hard to escape, but sometimes it's you can avoid it just by the brain before you go into that state. And if I can find a way to just tell myself, like, you have one life, you have people that love you, you know, you have people who are inspired by you, you have people that you've touched, you've done things that you have to be proud of. It's like, just focus on that. Focus on the big picture of what makes you happy. And I'm saying all this not because I'm like, oh, I'm the master at this. I'm saying all this because it's what I go through every day.
Yeah, it's
like,
a reminder.
It's a constant reminder.
Yeah.
Like I come in here, I even got a little stressed being in this room. No, seriously. Like it's, I mean, clearly you can tell I was so confident in the beginning of the podcast. I was literally like, I'm like, are you going or not?
Yeah.
You know, but it's just the natural state of who we are, and I think the toughest challenge for the both of us is that like it's lasted so long for us, so it's gonna take double or triple to reverse it.
Yeah.
And it's just something we go through every day, but just little reminders now and then.
Yeah.
Just try to be happy.
I think it's also just important, and like as cheesy as it sounds and as like much as I say it, it's like you aren't alone in what you're going through, because so many people could be going through the same thing. It's just, it's hard to open up about it, but it gets easier when you're able to talk about it, even if it's to people that you trust.
Yeah.
And plus that's what makes people become closer to one another, is like when you're able to let somebody in to you and not always feel like, oh, I can't tell them this because like I don't want to burden them with this. If anything, it's like, no, tell me. It's so much easier when we're able to just like tell us how you feel, because there's no judgment, and especially with the people that you trust, there's never going to be judgment. And if there is, cut those ties off. That's not a good thing. But there really shouldn't be judgment in how you feel, and no one should ever make you feel like your feelings aren't valid. Yeah. And like I said, this whole conversation, I was anxious throughout the entire thing, and that just goes to show is like it comes in different forms and in different waves too. Sometimes it's super intense, sometimes it's as little as just sitting here twisting my ring, you know, like but it doesn't matter. It's completely valid in what you're going through and how you choose to cope with it, and in your own time. I think timing is very important, and don't do anything unless it feels right for you. And never do something just for somebody else. Like make sure you 100% feel it's right within yourself.
Yeah, do what's right for you.
Yeah.
Like I think one of the biggest toxic things that I grew up doing in these past few years is like, I'm a very global person. So if I see something,
I thought you said global.
I'm a very global
very
person.
global person.
Mr. Worldwide. You know, I'm a very, very gullible person, and so if I see something and they're like, you can't do this and you can't do that, I'm like, cool, I'm not doing that at all.
Yeah.
And you learn, you're like, well, and you beat yourself up when you do it, and then after that you're like, but it's not like now, you know, it's like,
yeah.
And that was what I was saying earlier, is like, if something doesn't feel right, it's like, there's a difference between a lifestyle and a choice. It's like, you can choose to do this because of this, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's your life.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you choose to go out, but you don't go out every day, so don't beat yourself up for going out.
Yeah.
You know, like go back to just, and don't go so far to the extreme that it's like,
Yeah.
you know, like that you have to start doing all these things just to make up for that. It's like, no.
Yeah.
If that's what makes you happy, and that's what's for you, then that's what's for you. Everyone has different routines. You know,
Yeah.
we were just talking about this earlier, like we used to be in this workout phase where like, you know, we would work out so intensely because I was the best. Like I used to do like an ab routine every night. I would brag being like, I brag it and I make my dad do it so that way like my dad, I can tell my dad like, Dad, do it right? And he's like, yeah. But like I, you know, like 200, and it's just like, and like, maybe at the time because we were younger and had more energy, that worked for me. But then I got older, and then I didn't want to get out of bed, and so I ended up waking up later, and like because of the thought of doing that, and I was like, this isn't for me anymore. And at first I beat myself up for it, but I'm like, there's other ways. You know, there's other ways to get active, other ways to be happy, other ways to get healthy, and it literally is just what you're saying. Do what's right for yourself, and you are different from everyone. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own choices and own ways to live life. You shouldn't have to compare or refer yourself to someone that you think is better. It's like maybe the person that you look up to isn't healthy. You know, personally, whatever that may be. It's like we all go through our own battles. So just focus on what makes you feel good on the inside and then on the outside, and just, you know, just go from there.
Yeah.
It's but then again, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
A lot easier said than done.
Yeah.
Like even me being aware of all this.
Yeah. No, it's a learning thing every single day, and like again, it never quite leaves you, and you're always discovering new things about how it's triggered or
It's a
certain
bitch.
things. Yeah. It's just
At this moment, I'm just like, wow, I'm free.
yeah, it just hits you.
Yeah.
But that's life, and I'm just really glad that you were able to share your advice and like also what you go through and everything. And honestly, like I'm glad that we did this topic together, because I think, I mean, both of us have dealt with a lot of stress and anxiety, but maybe have never really spoke on it too much, at least like to each other.
That's because we both experienced it in real time together.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we never actually like.
It was never like a spoken thing. It was just like we
Just like,
viewed it like like up close and be like, okay, maybe I should step back right now.
Ironic thing is that everything that we said right now, we were both there.
Yeah.
So it's like we were.
Yeah.
I remember you called me during quarantine. At that time, you were worried about me, and I called you multiple times before that, and also pulled you aside. And it's like we're really just looking back at it and seeing how much growth it's been for us, and how much more there is to be done. But we were both there for it all, which is kind of insane. You know, it's
And we're old now.
I'm not old.
I'm old. I can drink. You know, I drink all day.
Hey, I'll
every day.
be 21 this year.
Oh, which means you'll drink?
No.
That's right. And touche. No,
And see.
that's it. Speaking of anxiety ring, where do you get this anxiety ring?
Oh my God! I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah. What do you? Because your boy needs one of those. You know?
It's from Weirdo Apparel.
Oh no way! That's yours.
Yeah.
Oh my
How'd
God.
you know? Oh my God.
I didn't.
Wow.
I just thought it was purely really cool.
Link in bio. In description.
Ambassador.
I hate it.
Oh.
Well, anyway, thank you for again coming on and sharing all of that, and I hope I didn't stress you out too much.
I mean, you always do, but
yeah. That's just never
different
leave.
type of stress. Different type of stress. No, I'm glad that people get to see a piece of our conversations.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned in the beginning, like this isn't anything out of the ordinary for us.
Yeah.
I think this is literally another like Friday for us.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah,
you know?
literally.
It's like it's just, but for people to at least understand what goes on behind the curtains a little bit.
Yeah.
It
makes them see us as people. Because sometimes it's hard to see that, and people can make assumptions because what they see online, it's not the whole picture. And so, like, when you're able to actually, like, again, you don't owe anything to anybody, but when people are actually able to see, oh, they're just two normal humans going through the same stuff that any other humans have gone through.
Okay, I wouldn't say normal. We're definitely normal. But
as normal as we can be.
We try to be normal.
You know, it gives a different perspective into, oh, there's lives behind the username.
Shoot. Dang. There are lies behind the username. There are lies behind it.
There are, and it's so true.
There is a life behind Sean Lew 1125.
Hey! Let me just say this, too. He's on TikTok. And number one, you didn't tell me about that.
I didn't tell anybody about that.
I know, but then it popped up in my feed and it was like, people you may know, or people in your contacts.
Stupid contact link.
I let it go for a little bit. I was like, okay. And then I kept seeing it. And then I texted you one day and I was like, so you're on TikTok.
You're on TikTok. You're on TikTok.
But I did the first TikTok with you, like, I think it was when we were doing value. And you were like, I got a TikTok dance.
No, it wasn't. It was...
Well, we did the silence one.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, you're like, I got a TikTok... And it was that...
Oh, no. It was the Kid Cudi song.
Yeah.
But it wasn't... I didn't say it was a TikTok thing. I just said that I had a dance.
Yeah. And I was like, let's film a TikTok.
Because you know me, like, every time... or at least before... Or no, still now, like... I don't make TikTok dances for people to do. Which means I don't make TikTok dances. Because I feel like TikTok...
But you're Sean Lew, so, like, people are obviously going to do it.
That's not the case, right? Because you would think that, like, when you make a dance that's hard enough... Or not even hard enough, but just, like, when you make when you make a dance... When you make a dance that's, like, a choreography dance...
Yeah.
That's not about, like, oh, I need to DC.
I need to do a trend.
Yeah, or I need to add all these moves to know it's trend.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, for me, you don't expect people to resonate with it.
Yeah.
You know, and for some weird like the first piece I did that, like, I guess a lot of people started doing was because I was gonna teach it internationally. So I don't expect, like, and it's like, unless, like, I don't even do it. I don't know. Yes, I am on TikTok, but that's the result of pure boredom when you live in New Mexico by yourself and one of your best friends doesn't visit you.
I was going to the first time.
You were. That surprised me.
I was going to drive back, and then your dad went. No, like...
Oh, to drive back.
Yeah, it was for your birthday, and I remember messaging your mom, and I was like, so, like... And then she was like, well, John's going out there, and the car, and I was like, dang it, but it was going to be so good. Anyway.
Didn't happen.
Hey.
Follow my TikTok. You just 257-643-47829.
Work pie.
That's not the numbers.
What if it was?
That would be crazy, actually. If I like,
Yeah,
people
like-
like,
I want to check out Sean's TikTok
Yeah, I
after.
really actually really you won't find it.
I know
But
Case is on there.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
Thank you for doing this. I'm glad, like I said, I'll say it again. I'm glad you're carrying the fire with this and making it reality. And people get the chance to see the human side of you, and you are, just don't forget, and I'll tell you this again, I don't have the time, but you are a prime example of what hope can be, and a lot of people still need that. Like, you are someone who is clearly carrying the light of hope, because people can be hopeful, and people can be like, oh, I'm hopeful, or I share hope, or but, like, you symbolize what it means to find light in yourself. And once you have enough light for yourself, you can share that light with other people. And sometimes people forget that. Even people like us, whether those creators or if they're artists, we forget to fill our own tank before we share it to others. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And so see your tank generously full. It's refreshing, and it's a good reminder. And just remember that for yourself, because if you question whether if you're doing good or not, it's like, if it's enough for you, then it's enough for everyone else. So,
Well, thank you.
yeah.
And obviously the same goes for you as well. Yes.
Sure.
Because I tell you all the time, like, you seriously are like one of the most inspirational people, and like to see what you have been able to do ever since you were younger, like it inspires me to do things and go after things that, like, again, scare me, or I feel like, oh, people won't like this, but you truly take anything that you do and you make it great, and it's only great because you are just as incredible as a human being as you are an artist. And so anything that you do, you put yourself into it, and that's what makes it so special, and people are drawn to it, and they're going to keep being drawn to it for years and years to come. And you have so much love and passion for the things that you do and the people that you surround yourself with, and that's just one of the most inspirational things, and it makes me want to strive to be that type of person as well.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
Aww.
I'm just being we. That's it. I'm just.
I guess we gotta end it right there.
Shit with like an asterisk.
Yeah.
You know, okay. You know, thank you. I'm just. What can I say? I'm just being we.
Zoom in.
Oh, is it good? I'm sorry. I'm just. You know, what can I say? I'm just being we.
Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll see you next.
Whoa, you're just getting outro. Oh, I paused because I thought you blacked out. I wouldn't have paused if you're. Oh, you have. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well.
No, I was just gonna say thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.
You
And
know.
that's where it ends.
That's cool. That was really cool. I really did like the conversation they was having. I related to a lot of the things that they were speaking about, and I even took things from this podcast as well, from what they were saying. I'm so happy that they're both feeling a lot better and are both in a different space. And I'm also glad that they both had each other when they were, you know, going through these things, and they were able to kind of talk with each other and be open. And I'm just very happy. This was really good, and I'm so happy I reacted to it. I think I might check out the Jojo Gomez one, because you know I love me some Jojo Gomez. Love. I'm also hoping to see some more Sean and Casey content, maybe some choreography, some dances, even solos maybe. Let me know. I'm very excited to see some more this year. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Bye.